Welcome to Toya Talks Wrestling. Today we're going to talk about Smackdown, March 28th, 2025. I'm so tired, but I'm tired. Anyways, let's just go ahead and get into it. So, we'll start off with the ladies as always. Naomi had a cool video vignette, basically saying that what she did was the right thing, that she always does the right thing, and I think questioning about like her friendship with Bianca, basically asking Bianca, why are you even questioning what she did and everything else like that. And she also was warned Jade Cargill, like, if you're gonna come after me, proceed with caution. And of course she had on her little caution little outfit, or the little caution tape, so that little outfit saying caution on it and everything else. It was a very cool vignette. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. Basically, she was just saying, like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being, like, the third wheel. And she's going to do what's best for her and all that other stuff. And I'm like, you go, Naomi. I'm not even mad at you. It was great. It was a great vignette. So, later on, you had Jade Cargill being approached by Michin and BFAB, and basically they're like, hey girl, like that's messed up what Naomi did and everything else, and she's gonna get what's coming to her and all this other stuff. Basically, being on Jade's side. I mean, Jade needs some friends in this situation, which is good, right? So, Michin had a match with Charlotte Flair, and obviously Charlotte Flair beat Michin with the figure 8 submission. After the match, Naomi goes and attacks Michin, and mostly BFAB basically beats the brakes off of BFAB. And then you hear Jade's music come on. Jade's trying to get Naomi, but Naomi got the slip on Jade, and that was pretty much it. And then Jade checked on BFAB and Michin. That was it. So yeah, I'm interested to see where this is going. I don't know if this is going to go to WrestleMania. Probably not. I can see it maybe going to Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. But I don't know. It could probably be it could probably start, like, have a couple of the matches at WrestleMania. I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyways, after that, you had Tiffany Stratton with an interview with, I don't remember which one it was it Jackie or Kathy or whatever, I'm not sure, but one of them, they're talking about basically what Charlotte Flair said and everything else, and to her, and basically they wouldn't give her, like, enough time to actually say anything, or talking over her and stuff like that. But Tiffany Stratton was basically like, I'm going to beat Charlotte. I know I'm a rookie, and I guess if you're going to compare people who have been working longer at the situation at that company, I guess to Charlotte, I guess she would be compared to Charlotte. I guess she is a rookie. She's only been in on the main roster for like a year, been in like NXT for like, I don't know, a couple of years. But I mean, NXT and the main roster are kind of like two different things, I think. So I don't know if she's a rookie or not, but if she wants to say that she's a rookie, I guess cool. But basically say that, if she loses to Charlotte Flair, well then she loses to Charlotte Flair because she is like a legend, whatever. Like, that's not a big deal. But obviously we're going to lose to her because she's the best. But if Charlotte Flair loses to Tiffany Stratton, well, you lost to a rookie, you lost to someone lesser than you. And I'm just like, wow, okay, cool. But basically to say, I'm going to beat Charlotte Flair. I've said this before. And I'm getting more and more less excited about. I was never excited about the match in the first place. I'm getting less excited about the match by even more, and the fact that we have to wait another 2 weeks or something like that. Again, just get it over with. I'm hoping that Charlotte loses. But like I said before, and I told Tim, I'm like, I don't know. But we'll see. We shall see. So let's talk about Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, and also spilled out into other superstars. So I'm just gonna do it all in one go. Here we go. So Cody Rhodes is out there. He was out there basically, telling London, hey, what do you want to talk about? And they're singing the song Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes basically talking about how he's gonna face John Cena at WrestleMania. Yes, Cody, we know this already, but thank you. And like how he's gonna see Cena again in the same town, in the same arena, because he's going to, that's what I guess Monday Night Raw is gonna be in London, the same building. So they talked about that. He was going to say something else, and then Randy comes out, and Randy Orton comes out, and they're singing his song, audience was, and everything else. They were in there together, and the audience was shouting RKO, 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 punch him, and everything else. And basically, Randy Orton was like just giving Cody Rhodes his praise, talking about how where he has come from, basically, to like where he is now. And I guess I'm talking about like way, like even when he left, before he left WWE, and then after he left WWE, when he comes back, talked about how he was fighting with a torn pec, how he was fighting in the beginning with a half torn pec to a full torn pec at the end of the match with Seth Rollins, how he finished the story, basically just saying, you know what, hey, everything that you have done thus so far, I'm proud of you. You're becoming your own man, you're becoming the destiny of your own legacy and stuff like that. Basically just giving him praise, giving Cody Rhodes his flowers, and I have to say, Cody Rhodes has been great. He has been the #1 seller, he is the face of the company. Like it or not, he is. He definitely is. And he talked about and he talks about WrestleMania, he talks about how he can't wait to be able to kick Kevin Owens' head off his shoulders. He's getting chills about it and everything else, and he said he can't wait, he's so excited and stuff like that. And he told Cody Rhodes, I know you're going to beat John Cena. And when you beat John Cena, I'm going to let you know, just like John Cena wanted to go for number 17, I'm going to want to go to number 15. But unlike some coward, I'm not going to kick you in the balls and tell you I'm going for it. I'm just going to tell you to your face, once you're done with John Cena, I'm coming after this. He starts pointing to the title. And, Cody Rhodes is she's smirking, he's smiling, he's for everything else. The crowd is shouting RKO, punch him, and everything else. So then, they're shaking hands and stuff like that, because they're friends, right? Obviously you're friends, and, he definitely wants the title. I mean, we all see how Randy Orton was looking at that title every time Cody had it on. Anyways, so you hear Drew McIntyre's music, Drew McIntyre comes out. Basically, he's okay, enough with the love fest, this is ridiculous, all other stuff. Randy, you don't even deserve to have a title shot. Why do you need a title shot? Because your name is Randy Orton? You came back from a 4-month injury, and no one cared. You haven't even done anything. He's talks about how his 5 minutes of being champion at WrestleMania was more talked about than Randy Orton's comeback and everything else, and just basically that you don't deserve it and all this other stuff. And he talked about how Cody Rhodes should have listened to him about John Cena. If he did, he probably wouldn't have gotten kicked in the balls, and basically saying that if it wasn't for Damian Priest, he would be main event at WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes. And Randy Orton's oh my god, just get on with it. What is your point, right? And he's well, the point is, you don't deserve it. I'm gonna be the one who's gonna challenge Cody when he he beats John Cena, or if he beats John Cena, I don't know what he said that. And you say that you hear the voices in your head. I'm pretty sure you are hearing the voices in your head, and I'm pretty sure they know what I'm thinking. Like, look at Randy Orton. Randy Orton looks great on the outside, but we know that your back is hanging by a thread, and I can easily just break it anytime I want to, right? And Randy Orton kind of like smirks and laughs or whatever and stuff like that, and he's like, and as for you, Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes pretty much attacks Drew McIntyre. Cody Rhodes ain't trying to hear this, right? He don't care, right? And he goes and he gets pushed towards the rope or whatever, kicked towards the rope, and then Randy Orton was about to RKO Drew McIntyre, and he got away, went out the ring, and basically ran up the ramp and stuff like that. So then later on, you had a match between Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. This match was like not that long, less than 10 minutes, but I think it was a pretty good point because both of them about the match. But Drew McIntyre ends up winning because Kevin Owens comes out, and Randy Orton is so distracted by Kevin Owens that he wasn't paying attention. Eventually, he got Claymored, and he got pinned. So then Kevin Owens pretty much attacks him and then pulls him on the outside to where the announce desk is and stuff like that. I guess he's about to pile drive him on the announce table, but instead Randy Orton got out of it and pretty much sweeped Kevin Owens onto the announce desk. Kevin Owens ends up falling off the announce desk, and Randy Orton sees him, and he's in a good position to be punched. So he goes and he's moving back and he's about to punch him, but Kevin Owens pretty much escapes over the barricade. And once he escaped over the barricade, there was security there and everything else like that. So then later on, you have Randy Orton, and he's backstage, not being interviewed, he's talking to the cameraman, basically saying how he's pissed off, how he had waited 4 months just to get back into the WWE to ring again, just to have Kevin Owens pretty much put him out to pasture again, or try to anyway, like that. He said that he can't wait. He basically beat the crap out of Kevin Owens, and he's going to leave his head in Las Vegas because they kept using that fucking phrase, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and blah 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 blah. So they have that. So then also backstage you have Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, he's happy, he won this match, he's great, right? And I think Jackie Redmond comes up to him, I think it was Jackie, and basically said, told her congratulations and want to talk about the how he won the match. And he's like, Jackie, look, okay, I won. When people stay out of my way, get in my business, it's all great and everything else. It's like, now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go celebrate in London. He named some pub or whatever, I don't know what he said, who cares? And he's happy and everything else. He goes out the building, and who does he see but Damian Priest? Well, earlier he talked about Damian Priest. He called Damian Priest something Undertaker. I can't remember what, but whatever, doesn't matter. And he plays Damian Priest, and basically Damian Priest pretty much attacks them. They're in the parking lot, and he gets thrown in a car. Yeah, I guess glass gets in his eye and stuff like that, and stuff like that. But Damian Priest pretty much beats the shit out of him and stuff like that. Security comes, and Drew McIntyre complaining about glass in his eye. Damian Priest saying, "Are you done with the jokes and everything else like that?" And then they're like, "Hey, leave him alone. Like, get back." And he's like, "I'm done for now," and everything else. It's like, and then he basically walks away and everything else. I don't know what's gonna happen here. I mean, obviously the fight at WrestleMania. We're obviously not gonna get some regular match. I just don't think so. I don't know what kind of match we're gonna get. I don't know if we're gonna get no DQ, no holds bars, no qualification, street fight match. something, I don't know, something with the word Vegas in it, I'm not sure. But obviously, we can't just have a regular match after what's going on here a couple of times. I can't just be a regular match. It has to be some sort of a gimmick match for sure. So then we had the match between Braun Strowman versus LA Knight for the United States title. And this match ended up in a DQ because Jacob Fatu pretty much attacked Braun Strowman and then attacked LA Knight. Basically, he killed him. I think, Jacob Fatu might go back to prison because he literally just killed him. Well, not literally killed him, but literally wrestling-wise killed him and everything else. It was brutal, terrible. It was also fucking fantastic. And then you see Jacob Fatu, he's still huffing and puffing about what he did. And Solo and Tama Tonga come up to him and it's like, yo, Solo's like, yo, what's up with that? What were you doing out there? Why didn't you say anything to us? Right? And basically he's like, look, I had to handle my business. He's like, you two never said anything about last week when you were going to go ahead and be involved in the match that he was in with us like that. It's like, y'all didn't say anything about that. And he's like, yeah, but we all need to work together and stuff like that. And Jacob was like, look, I'm going after Strowman. I'm going to take care of him. I'm also going to get that United States title. He goes, I'm going to take care of Strowman and it will be the last man standing. He said, I'm also going to get that title for the United States title. I'm going to bring that title home to the family. And he basically was like, Tama Tonga is like, yo, listen. And he's like, no, you guys listen, right? Basically, Jacob Fatu was basically saying, you're either going to help, I'm either going to do this with you or without you. So, basically you're with me or you're not with me. And he leaves. And then Tama and Solo are just looking at each other. What? So, I'm thinking, and I don't know, look, I was thinking, as he was saying, when he said the words last man standing, I'm like, okay, so we might be having a last man standing match, and I'm like, okay, I don't have a problem with this. And I was like, wait a minute, are we having a last man standing match for the title between Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, and LA Knight? I actually like that idea. I really do. I don't even think, and I could be wrong, and please correct me if I am, have we ever had a triple threat last man standing match? I can't recall. I don't know. I can't recall. But if he was able to take, that's like you have to have both opponents down, right? It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's happened before. I just don't know when it happened. But if it hasn't happened, I'm all for it. And I'm all for it. And I'm all for it. I'm already feeling like Jacob would win that match. And that would be a great match for WrestleMania and everything else. I like it. I like the idea of having a last man in triple threat match. That would be just awesome. But we shall see. The last thing I want to talk about was the contract signing between Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. And I'm probably going to screw this up, but that's okay because you can always go and just look it up and look at it yourself. Anyways, we started off with Roman Reigns, and they were saying OTC, and they were singing Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns. It's fantastic. I love it. Anyways, Roman Reigns had a big old smile on his face. He was enjoying himself. It's like, you know what? I probably would enjoy it myself if people start singing my name as well. Here, can't even lie. Anyways, right? He goes, London, acknowledge me. OTC, they're singing the Roman Reigns song, and he was smiling and everything else. And it's like, Roman Reigns like, that's beautiful. Just a smile on my face and everything else. And he basically was like, he's there for two reasons. He said, one, He's there to be acknowledged, and he was, and they start singing his song again, and it's another thing. And 2, he's there to sign a contract, and he's like, check 1, check 2, we all have everything checked out. I guess we can. He was about to say something else, and Rollins comes out, and they're singing Rollins song and everything else, and right, cause then I mean, even like Paul Heyman was singing like Roman Reigns songs. So then when Rollins comes out, he puts like the mic towards like Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman was like kind of pissed off when he did that, and then Rollins starts laughing and stuff like that. And Rollins like, told the audience, you do got some great singing voices and everything else. And Basic was like, yo, Roman, why are you leaving so quickly? You know what I'm saying? Like, what, don't go. Like, some people hurrying and stuff like that. He talked about how they had history in that building because they, at the Shield, pretty much came in a helicopter and basically just destroyed everything and tried to change the dynamic of what WWE is and stuff like that, and put Undertaker and the announce checks and the table and all this stuff, how they basically had accomplished their mission or something like that, and all this other stuff, and Roman Reigns was like, you know, this right here is dead, right? We're dead. Everything that from now on, everything that I've accomplished now is because of me, because of your tribal chief, basically. Everything, I've done everything. He's like, what have you done? Like, what good are you? And Seth Rollins was basically like, you know, you didn't do this by yourself. I helped you. He goes, basically, what you did was make the biggest mistake of your life when you teamed up with the Snake, aka CM Punk. You let the Snake in the garden, right? You should have taken care of him at War Games, but instead you shook his hand, and then you should have let me take care of him at Madison Square Garden, but you didn't. So now I'm gonna have to do what I always do, is clean up your mess again. And I'm like, when was the first time he cleaned up Roman's mess? I don't remember, but sure. And he signs it. And guess what happened, guys? You'll never guess what happened. Yes! CM Punk comes out. And oh, by the way, there was like security. Like every time one of the people come out, like one of the guys will come out, there was security. So there was security all over this fucking arena. So there was more security. There's even like security behind CM Punk. CM Punk, he comes out and he basically says, you know what? I'm here to chew bubblegum and sign a contract. And I'm all out of bubblegum. I was like, oh, that's too bad. Bubblegum's great. Anyways, he goes and he sits down at the table, and Roman Reigns is already sitting down. Seth Rollins is kind of like standing up, and he's like looking through his contract, right? He's looking through it and everything else. And Roman Reigns like, dude, what are you doing? Like, do you need a highlighter or something like that? Like, just sign it already. And, you know, CM Punk is looking for something, right? He's looking for something. And he's like, Roman Reigns like, yo, Paul, you want to help out your boy over here? Right? And, Paul Heyman goes over to CM Punk, and he's like, what you're looking for is in there. He basically he shows him the page. You're gonna get your dream. You're gonna main event WrestleMania. CM Punk is gonna be a WrestleMania main eventer, and basically like kind of like hugged him, like holding his head and like give him a kiss or whatever, and everything else. And CM Punk is like CM Punk is very emotional. He starts crying and everything else. Like, oh my god, like this is great, right? And now this is great. He gets what he wants, right? And I'm thinking in my head, I bet you this had nothing to do with the favor, though, right? I bet you had nothing to do with the favor. Just like, but so yes, night 1 they'll be main eventing at WrestleMania. So he's happy and everything else. And Seth Rollins is like having a fit. He's like, no, pounding on the table. He does not deserve to be main event at WrestleMania. He doesn't deserve it, and everything else is like main event WrestleMania is like the one thing that I had over him, and he doesn't deserve it and stuff like that. And the way that CM Punk was looking at Seth Rollins was like, dude, what are you tripping about? Like, you're gonna be WrestleMania too, right? It's like you're gonna be there, like kind of like shocked and everything else. Like, you know, like let me have my moment. Like, and he's like, Seth Rollins is like, he's just mad. He goes, this is all your fault, and this is all your fault, right? And then Roman, he was just like, look at that. Another man's dream was another man's favor and everything else like that. And it was great. It was fantastic. It was fun. And then, so then, you know, later, so then you have CM Punk. He's like telling London, thank you. Chicago, thank you. Other states, thank you. Basically, WWE Universe, thank you. You have been there for me. You've been by my side for the last 10 years. You've been shouting my name and all this other stuff right there. Seth Rollins is looking like just whatever, you know. And Roman Reigns is like, you shouldn't be thanking them. You should be thanking your tribal chief. I was the reason why you're main eventing in WrestleMania is because of me. You should be thanking me and make sure you do it properly. So then CM Punk goes and he sits down again, and he goes to next to Roman Reigns, and he looks at Roman Reigns and he's like, thank you, my tribal chief. In a kind of condescending way, by the way. It's like, thank you, my tribal chief. Thank you, the head of the table. Thank you, big dog, whatever, and stuff like that. You know, thank you for bringing my dreams to come true. Thank you for letting a boy from Chicago get his dream and everything else. Like, thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you, all this other stuff, but like in a real condescending manner and stuff like that. And then it's like, but that's not the favor I was owed. And then it ended like that. It ended with that cliffhanger, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're gonna end it with a cliffhanger? Like, what? What? I mean, look, I enjoy cliffhangers. Just, what? But that's how it ended. I'm like, well, what the fuck is the favor? Right? And I'm just like, I'm guessing it has to do with Paul Heyman being in his corner or whatever, or fucking being by his side again or something like that. I don't know. I'm guessing it has something to do with Paul Heyman. That is what I'm guessing. I've already said this I said this last week. I said this week, like before last. It has to do with Paul Heyman, right? A lot of people are mad because it's like, oh, Paul Heyman is the reason why Roman Reigns attacked CM Punk last week, but now it's gonna be the reason why he's gonna attack him again, I guess, and why CM Punk is gonna want to have Paul Heyman by his side for some reason or whatever. Don't know, but I'm guessing that is. I mean, what else is there? No, I think it's just something to have to do with Paul Heyman. I don't know what has to do with Paul Heyman, but something to do with Paul Heyman. That's what I'm thinking. Because it was like, it was a no-brainer. You didn't really need to waste a favor on the triple threat match when you have Roman and Seth Rollins and CM Punk. It pretty much is like, okay, that's pretty much a guarantee that it is a main event. It's just like, if I even said the three names and it's like, oh, what PLE are they main eventing in? Exactly. Like, fucking exactly. But anyways, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye!